Tired of dealing with annoying flies, fruit flies, and gnats in your home? The Zevo Flying Insect Trap is your ultimate solution. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description now to get your Zevo Flying Insect Trap on Amazon and enjoy a bug-free home today.
Great British Bake Off fans have just found their new obsession as Netflix drops a brand new US-based baking show. Kitchen disasters, sugary delights, and tough competition all make up the familiar ingredients of the streaming service's latest wholesome reality offering, Blue Ribbon Baking Championship. The premise sees 10 award-winning pastry masters hailing from state fairs around the United States compete against each other in the biggest Blue Ribbon Bake-Off yet. Over 8 episodes, the bakers go head-to-head in a series of challenges to clinch the title of America's Best Baker and the sweet $100,000, 76,000 pounds, prize. This time around we're swapping out Alison Hammond and Noelle Fielding for American Pie star Jason Biggs and food and lifestyle expert Sandra Lee, who also serves as a judge. Joining Sandra on the judging table, as the U.S.'s very own Paul and Prue, are former White House pastry chef Bill Yassas and award-winning artisan baker Brian Ford. The show, which dropped on Netflix earlier this month, has already impressed fans, with many proclaiming it itches that Bake Off scratch. I'm a big fan of the Great British Baking Show and think the Blue Ribbon Baking Championship is similar in quality, or at least comes close, Redditor RDV100 wrote. I just binged this and love it. It's different enough from GBBO that it feels like its own show. Very feel-good series and creative ideas, Reddit user competitive Kick 481 added. I just finished Blue Ribbon Baking Championship on Netflix, and it was so good, ex-user Phony agreed. Just binge-watched Blue Ribbon Baking Championship with my mom and it was so much fun to watch. You never knew who was going to come out on top each episode, user Olivia echoed. Blue Ribbon Baking Championship is so wholesome. The Blue Ribbon Baking Championship has #GBBO vibes, and I am here for it. Too often American baking shows are just too intense for my liking. God sobbing with happy tears over Blue Ribbon Baking Championship Episode 8. Freaking obsessed with this show, love seeing an American show be soft full of happy vibes even if it's a competition. At unspecified currency I loving this show, I hope we see so much more of it. pic.twitter.com/ey7xwzgh30. Blue Ribbon Baking Championship has me in a chokehold. Just finished watching Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, it was really good. Discussing what drew her to hosting Blue Ribbon Baking Championship, cookbook author Sandra praised the camaraderie and sense of family among the contestants. She continued to the Chicago Sun-Times, they lifted each other up. Many of the bakers would actually leave their station and go help the other one. I don't think the world sees who we really are as Americans. Doctor Who fans can't resist the memes after Billie Piper's transformation. When is the Love is Blind UK 2024 reunion episode on Netflix? Netflix fans obsessed with rom-com that was completely panned when it was released 10 years. Love is Blind UK fans demand changes after missing out on 5 secret proposals. They hear the politics and they hear the kerfuffle in the news. I think that it's going to be kind of amazing for viewers from other countries to get to watch us and to get to see what our fairs look like and our lifestyle and how kind people are. And, unlike other competitive shows, we shoot in real time. There was no stop and pick up the next day. We were shooting an 18-hour day. There was no cool-off time or swap-outs. Meanwhile, speaking to USA Today, star Jason added, I've really wanted to host something in the food world. You can buy a 30-acre island for less than a London 3-bed. The newly crowned best commuter spot is a city I'll never go back to. What I own, we renovated our £590,000 tooting 3-bed, but it's getting too small for us. We bought a moldy narrowboat on Facebook Marketplace. It saves us £10,000 a year in rent. Get paid to live on this idyllic European island, but there's a catch. Of course, there's the wink at the camera and the audience with me as a baking show host. And whenever I can't think of something to say, I always have a pie joke in my back pocket that brings the house down. More, Netflix fans obsessed with rom-com that was completely panned when it was released 10 years ago. More, when is the Love is Blind UK 2024 reunion episode on Netflix?